shortly, the General Secretary of the party, Mr. Johnson Asiri Ketia, will speak to you. And then if you have some questions you want to field, he will be ready alongside the Vice Chairperson, Director of Research. So we crave your indulgence so we can run through this thing quickly. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for heeding to our call at this short notice. We held a meeting yesterday at the Local Government Training Institute. Unfortunately, we did not invite the press there for the briefing after the meeting, so we decided to invite you today and to brief you about the key decisions taken by the National Executive Committee at the said meeting, so that when we tell our own story, we keep the door locked against rumors and rumor mongering. And so that is why we just call you. It's a very short media encounter. The national statement by the National Democratic Congress on the December on our statement by the National Democratic Congress issued on December 29, 2016. The National Executive Committee of the NDC, at its end-of-year meeting held yesterday at the Institute of Local Government Studies, took the following decision: to conduct a comprehensive review of the planning, execution, and outcomes of the party's campaign and participation in the December 2016 general elections, with a view to establishing what went wrong in order to guide the party's activities moving into the future. To implement this decision, ladies and gentlemen, the party has constituted a National Elections Review Committee under the chairmanship of Professor Kwasi Botwe. Other members of the committee are Right Honorable Do Ajaho, I beg your pardon, Alhaji Hudu Yahaya, former General Secretary of the party. And I need not tell you that Right Honorable Do Ajaho is the current Speaker of Parliament. And Naval Captain Asasi Jima. 4 members of our parliamentary caucus, including the minority leader. These members are yet to be selected by the caucus. That's why I have not put their names there. And we are also yet to select the minority leader. And Dr. William Ahaji, who is the Director of Research at the headquarters here. Dr. Ibrahim Zubeiru, a lecturer at Accra Technical University, and also a member of the party. And then Mr. Razak Abu. Razak Abu is also a researcher at our Development Challenge. And then Honorable Juliana Azuma Mensah, the former member of Parliament for Agotime Ziope, and Honorable Barbara Sewa Samoa. So, in all, we will have 13 members to constitute the committee. Their terms of reference shall be: 1, to review and validate the results of the 2016 presidential and parliamentary elections. 2, to find out the causes of the poor performance of the NDC in both the presidential and parliamentary elections. 3, deal with any other matter reasonably related to the above objectives, and to make recommendations to the National Executive Committee about the way forward. The committee shall submit its report within 90 days of its inauguration. During the course of its work, the committee is expected to conduct hearings among the rank and file of the party across the country to afford members the opportunity to express their views about all the issues under review and to participate in the reshaping of the party to meet the challenges ahead. The National Executive Committee wishes to advise all members of the party to desist from the ongoing blame games, both in the traditional and social media, and to channel their views through the Committee for Redress. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the National Executive Committee wishes to urge all members to stand firm and united during these challenging times in the life of the party, and to keep in mind that the future of our party depends on how effectively we respond to the current difficulties. We would like to emphasize that as we strive to understand the challenges that confront us, we must maintain our discipline as a party and not allow this to be compromised in any way. Party discipline shall remain supreme at all times, and we wish all of you a prosperous new year. Thank you very much.
Well, straight to the point, the General Secretary has just finished. We'll take a few questions, if you have any, and then we can have a wonderful afternoon. So, your name, your media house, ask the question, and then the boss will answer. Yes, Jonathan.
Yes, my name is Jonathan Adams from TV Green. Just clarification as to now the term of reference for the this committee is now to review whatever happens in the elections, but they have 90 days to submit their report. In the course of these 90 days, if any party member happens to make commentary that is detrimental to the committee's work, what will be the sanctions for that party member? Or should that party member also be taken seriously?
Okay. Any other? Yes.
My name is Joel with 3FM.
Okay.
Still on the terms of reference, it talks about to review and validate. Maybe I need some explanation. When we say validate, do we still maintain that we disagree with whatever results that we have? I expect that what does the validation there mean?
Thank you. The third one, and the General Secretary. I saw a hand up somewhere.
Yes, my name is Anefi. I work with Accra FM. Before even the committee brings out their report about what contributed to the defeat, I want to ask this quick question. Do you think the absence of ex-President Rollins also contributed to this factor? That's my second question.
Thank you very much.
Any other? Okay.
My name is Rashid. I work for Rainbow Radio. Should the committee present a report to the party on reasons contributing to the defeat of the party, and some of the executives are found to be wanted, will the party ask them to step aside? And just a quick one, there are some members from within your own party who say they are foundation members and they are calling for the overall of the entire executives. What do you have to say to that? Thank you.
Thank you, Rashid.
People are cooling up.
There's a fifth one here.
My name is President of the Punch Newspaper. Upon the completion of the committee work, will there be any sanction regime? I said that when the committee finishes work, Are we anticipating any sanction regime? Whatever happens.
This will be asking a lot of questions. I won't leave you to this.
Okay.
Please, may I ask, Kofi Juma from Private. May I ask if maybe you found a situation whereby the NDC went to this opposition. If you find something like that, you have to let us know. The reason why NDC went to this opposition within the committee that thank you. What caused the NDC to go to this?
You are asking me what?
Yes.
You want to find out whether the committee's work is being public. Thank you very much. Jonathan Timothy, you were asking about sanctions.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Whether we are looking for people to punish by putting together this committee.
I'm asking if in the course of the committee's work.
Oh, if people, while the committee is working. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I must make it clear that nothing that has happened has changed the NDC's constitution. So the NDC is still a party that is organized and is governed by its laws. So nobody has suspended the constitution or the application of the NDC constitution. So when you hear people calling for things that are not based on constitution, they are calling for anarchy, honestly. That is why the leadership is taking these steps to direct the affairs of the party. So members are advised to conduct themselves according to the rules and procedures of the party. We have gone into an election and lost. Nobody knows the reasons why we lost. And so we are providing opportunity. Various people are professing various reasons why we lost. And interestingly, there are claims and counterclaims. If Kwaku says Asiedun Ketia is the cause of the loss, the next statement you hear is that Asiedun Ketia will say Kwaku is the cause of the law and the loss. So that is why we want to put in place a system where we can investigate the causes of the problem and then find ways of dealing with the problem. That is how every organization with its salt approaches its work when there is a problem to solve. So we are saying that the party's laws are still operating. And so if you are making a call, make sure that your call is made in accordance with the laws of the party. And that is not to silence anybody. We are a democratic institution. And that is why we have refrained from talking about punishment for people who have already expressed their views one way or the other. Because in the absence of lawful means, you invite violent ones. So we are providing the lawful means for people to use.
to redress their problem. That is why we are here. So we are reminding every party member that the party constitution has not changed. It is still there, and it is still operative. Somebody wanted us to explain what we mean by review and validate. If you collect data, there is a second look at the data to make sure that what you have is indeed what represents the real situation. So that is why we are reviewing and to validate. Because in the heat of elections, you will be picking information, some of them from collation sheets, but you have a source document. So maybe the committee will look at finding a way of comparing the information on the source document, that's the declaration at the polling station, vis-a-vis the collation sheets, and then we'll be able to validate the figures that we have been working with. Somebody is asking about absence of president role. I don't understand the question, honestly, because the,
on part of ex-President Rawlings and his absence in your campaign, if you are assessing it, if you are making immediate assessment, do you think it also contributed to your downfall in the election?
I am not Professor Kwasiboche. That is why we put Professor Kwasiboche there to head the committee and then to look at all the circumstances and report to us. So you want me to be doing the work of Professor Boche at this stage. So wait and let the committee bring its report. And somebody is saying what will happen if some executives are indicted as the people responsible for. It seems to me that we are eating the food before it is cooked. We are saying go do fact-finding and then report to us and give us recommendations. So we will be implementing the recommendations of the committee. So we cannot by ourselves be recommending to the committee what they should be doing. So when we reach there, we will cross the river. And then sanctions after the committee's work. Again, this will be informed by the recommendations from the committee. Will the committee's finding be made public? The committee will report to the National Executive Committee. So it is the National Executive Committee level that will decide whether the outcomes will be made public fully or partially or not at all. So I cannot answer that question at this stage. So thank you very much for your attention. If there are any other questions, I'm prepared to take them. Yes. What was it?
Whether the national executive, any of you are buying into the call by so-called foundation members of the party to step aside because of the...
Who are the foundation members? Yeah, we don't have anything like foundation members. Foundation members of the party. Okay. You see, I've heard several of these calls. Some of them, I heard something from a young man who was saying that he's a sympathizer of the party. He's not a member of the party, but he derives his authority from the fact that he votes for the party. And so how can you testify that he actually votes for the party? Because he goes there to cast his vote. The way to participate in the affairs of an organization is to join that organization. So no contribution, no job. If you want to participate in any debate within NDC, the first thing to do is to become a member of NDC before you participate. So that is why we have not been responding to those issues in the media. Because if the person begins by saying he's not a member of the party, he's not, he doesn't hold any member, he doesn't belong to any branch. It's like you sitting here and saying that Trump should not be the president of America because you don't vote there, you don't participate there, you are not American. So thank you very much. Is there any other?
Jonathan, you want to follow up?
Now we are held up a little bit because of the constitution of the leadership of Parliament. But that one will be sorted out by 5th of January. Immediately after that one, we will get the full membership, the representation of Parliament, and then I'm sure the committee, before they approach their work, may even want to address a press conference themselves and explain to you the modalities of approaching the work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The last but one question you answered brings to question the people who are qualified to come before this committee that will be set up. Because if someone is not a card-bearing member, and NDC, per the results that we have now, over 4 million people voted for the NDC, not a small party. So who is allowed to come before this committee and who is not allowed to come before this committee?
The committee will tell you.
Madam. Your name and media house, please. Okay.
I'd like to know if there's a recommendation to an early Congress.
Oh, okay.
Because some of your people are calling for an early Congress.
Well, since you brought this thing out, let me say that an early Congress is provided for by our Constitution, where we have, where we are in government. There is a time frame for our elections to be held. When we are out of power, there is a time frame within which the elections should be held. But there are certain things that conditions that must be satisfied before elections are held. We begin our elections with branch elections. Then we proceed to constituency elections, and then we go to regional elections. By the time we finish regional elections, then we prepare and do the 3 other national elections: the Youth Congress, the Women's Congress, and then the main party Congress. Then, after that, we will decide, we will then decide to do another event to select a flag bearer. These are all provided for by our Constitution. When we are in power, we are allowed to hold the Congress and select our leadership 1 year before the election, within 1 year of the election. When we are out of power, we do it within 2 years. That is why we call it early Congress. If anybody is calling for any other thing besides this one, then that person clearly is calling for something that is not provided for by any law. And if we are not about to implement anything that is not founded in our law, because you don't know how to even approach what you want to do, which has no law guiding it. Yeah.
Name and house, please.
Yeah.
So I say that the Congress will be held in the year 2018.
2080.
18.
that is they say within 24 calendar months. So when we reach there, we will deal with it. I haven't done the calculation myself, so I don't want to adopt your suggestion.
Okay, colleagues.
Yes.
On behalf of
so any other?
On behalf,
you want the last one?
The last one. Tree version. Okay, why? Go ahead. Beside.
Okay, beside.
And
but are these tree?
Oh, okay.
Press conference.
Okay.
Or summarizing tree. You say summarizing tree.
But some of the TV stations are not tree TV stations. You.
Yeah,
okay, bring your tree.
Bring your tree gadgets.
Tree gadgets.
Your tree recorders. The English ones that want follow-up interviews, you can wait and then you'll get the follow-ups. So just hold on a bit.
Yo.
Okay, please. The press conference is still in session, so.
You abusham for Yemamu Akwaba at the bar NDC headquarters. Now, the entire frame.
Please.
And it's a Brebia, party meeting. Can see I have friend National Executive Committee. No.